Hey, so I'm Christine. I want to shoot a video because I am experiencing a medical issue that I am now finding to be very common among some people in my search for research about my current condition. So I had what I thought was trauma to my tailbone. So one day I went to sit down on the floor and I went down as far as my knees would take me, and then I just kind of plopped down the rest of the way. So after that, it swelled up, it was painful, and I went to the doctor. I told the doctor what was going on, and he said, okay, so you had trauma to your tailbone. And so this was about 2 years ago, and he said you had trauma to your tailbone. He prescribed me some medicine and sent me on my way. Okay, fine. I then took the medicine, I soaked it, I did all the things that the doctor told me to do, and it flared up again. Like a few months later, I had a flare up, did the same thing, went back to the doctor. This kept happening on and off for like over the last 2 years. So then 3 months ago, I had about various flare-ups back to back where the site would drain and it would be oozing, and I was like, wait a minute, if I had trauma to the tailbone, I don't understand why why is this happening? So I went back to the doctor again, and he realized that it was not trauma. I had what we call a pilonidal cyst, and that I needed to go see a specialist. Okay, no problem. So I go see the specialist, and he prescribes me antibiotics, and I take the antibiotics, and it goes away. He says, but Christine, you're going to probably have to have it removed. So with my medical history of blood clots, I really wasn't eager to have it removed because I really don't want to go under the knife again, because I have a very high risk. I'm at high risk for clotting, and my doctor told me that if I clot again, I probably won't make it, or I'm going to be on that anticoagulants for the rest of my life. Who wants to be on medicine for the rest of their life? So he gave me antibiotics. I took them. It went away. It came back again. And the last time it came back before the surgery, it was most painful. It was the most painful it had ever been. So I just said, okay, go ahead. Let's just take it out. So March 23rd, 2022, I let the doctor remove the cyst. So he performed a pilonidal cystsectomy. It was outpatient. I went there about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I was walking out the door by like 2 o'clock. He stitched me up. He told me that the stitches was going to come out on their own. So I had an incision about this big above, between my buttocks, the cheeks. I had an incision about this big, and then I had about another incision going down the middle of my posterior. And so fast forward now to May 23rd, 2022, the incision that's within the middle of my butt cheeks is what's giving me problems. The one above, it has healed. Stitches have come out, it's healed, no problem. The skin is looking good. I don't really have a nasty scar. So I missed my first post-op appointment because I was 15 minutes late. And so they canceled me, and I was pissed off because I had been having problems with the incision. My first appointment was May 2nd, and before that, I was having problems with the incision. Like, it was coming open, and sitting was excruciating, and it was a lot of fluid and different things. So I really was eager to see the doctor, and unfortunately, I got there late, so they canceled me. Fine. I was pissed. So I go back to see the doctor the next week after that, maybe 2 weeks after that. And so, he said that I think I saw him, so the 9th, the 2nd, the next week after that is the 9th. So yeah, I saw him May 9th, and he said, okay, so, we're going to just keep it clean. You're keeping it very clean. That's good. Keep packing, keep keep the area clean and dry, stay out of the tub, clean it twice a day, blah blah blah. Okay, fine. So I have my wonderful husband here cleaning it for me. So I bought this wound spray from Amazon that I spray on it at night, and I wash it up real good in the morning. I put the gauze in there to keep it dry. And so when I saw him the 2 weeks after that, which I think was the 16th, he said, we may have to do a wound vac. I may have to go back in and open it up and take out some of the tissue and reintroduce this wound vac, which was going to help it to heal. So I'm like, another surgery? Like, I'm not really interested in having another surgery, especially with my clotting issue. Oh, Miss Hooper, don't worry about it. We're gonna give you a prophylactic. We're not gonna have a problem. You're gonna stay active. Blah blah blah. Fine. So I said, I'm not sure. Let me keep cleaning it and doing whatever. So then I go back last week, and he does the silver nitrate, and it stings, and he says that this is going to help it to close up and blah blah blah. Okay, fine. So it does. It stings a lot, and he's poking it to see the depth of the incision and how it's closing from the inside out, and he's really hurting me. But I'm handling it. I'm a big girl. So I go home, he dries it, he puts some gauze on it or whatever, put a bandage on it. I go home, and now it's bleeding. So I didn't even really realize it was bleeding until I went to the bathroom, and I was very disturbed. I was alarmed. So I left a message for him, and he did get back to me and let me know that, there's going to be some bleeding and it's going to gradually decrease over the next few days. No problem. Thank you for getting back to me. I understand. So I saw him today, right? This is the following Monday from when he put the silver nitrate on there. He wants to do the wound vac. Last week he said he didn't want to do the wound vac because the incisions wasn't small enough. But I really feel as though where the incision is, it's altering my entire life. I can't bend down. So if something falls on the floor when I'm alone, it has to stay down there. If I need to tie my shoe, I have to go through all these different movements to try to get my shoe. I have to put my foot up on something to get my shoe tied. Going to the restroom can sometimes be a challenge, making sure that I don't introduce bacteria into the incision. And now that it's starting to get warm, I have to make sure that I'm keeping the area dry. I have not had a tub bath since before the operation because you have to keep the area dry, and you don't want bacteria from the tub water to enter into the incision. So like, this is really challenging me, and I'm feeling like, should I have done this or not? So then I said to him, when he talked about the wound vac, I was like, last week you didn't say I need the wound vac. You did the silver nitrate. Oh, I don't remember that. So now, are you remembering me or what? So he says, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the wound vac because it's about to be the summer, and it's going to be even more difficult for me to keep the area dry, and then it's probably not going to heal. So let's go ahead and do the wound vac. So as of today, 5/23/22, I am waiting to hear from his nurse to get me on a calendar so that he can go back in and put a wound vac on. But let me just back up a little bit and tell you about the wound care and the pain and everything that I felt. So right after the surgery, I was in a lot of pain. Like, I couldn't even sleep on my back. And I'm a full-figured woman, so it's a lot of cushion back there, but I could not sleep on my back at all. I had to either sleep on my left or my right side. I was never a stomach sleeper anyway, so I had to sleep on my left or my right side. The day after the surgery, I was coughing, and my throat was sore because the anesthesiologist had to intubate me while they put you on a breathing tube when you're under, and he had told me, that he could possibly break my teeth while he was, intubating me. I was like, break my teeth? We're not breaking no teeth. I said, how long you been doing this? He said, I've been doing this like 8 years. Okay, so we're not going to start breaking teeth today. And if you do break my teeth, I spend a lot of money on these teeth. So what's going to happen after that? So then he explained to me the process of his insurance. So that's a risk that you take when you going under, that the anesthesiologist could break your front teeth. And you deal with the emotions of, now you can't exercise. You can't, a lot of things I can't do by myself. Sitting too long hurts. Standing too long is uncomfortable. Trying to just get scooting. Be careful when scooting across the bed or trying to scoot to get out the car, or you know how you go to get out the car and you go like that. Don't do that. That is what has been making my incisions reopen, is just scooting, and then you forget, because then sometimes I think that I forgot because it doesn't really hurt anymore. So I had this surgery at March 23rd and today is May 23rd. I'm not in any pain anymore. So you forget that you got this pain here, and you got this incision here, and so you start to try to get back into some normalcy, and you start to, you're not favoring anymore. So that's what happened to me, and that's how come it opened up. So as of today, May 23rd, 2022, I am 2 months post-op. My incision above my crack is closed. I have within the middle, I still have at the edge, at the bottom of the incision is open, and then right where the split is, I have an incision right there where the split is. So my split is right here. I have an incision right here, and then I have an incision down here. Right here in the middle is closed. How did that close? I believe that with the scooting and the bending is what's making the top and the bottom one still open up for me. So again, this YouTube channel was not really for this type of information, but I decided that, hey, let me get on here because this is where I went on here to get information about other people's cystectomy surgeries and stuff. So I'm going to share mine. So as of today, I am 2 months post-op. My incision is still open. I'm not in any pain. I've done silver nitrate last week. It didn't really do much. It closed the center one up, but it didn't close up the two on the edge. I think that's really because it doesn't really hurt as much as it was. So I may have forgotten about it in some of the motions, and I'm taking it easy. I wish people would stop telling me to take it easy. I am taking it easy. Stay out of the bathtub. I have not had a bath since before the surgery. Stay out of the bathtub. Keep it dry. That's the only thing I can say, is just keep it dry. So that's that. All right. I will get back on here probably to talk about my experience with the wound vac. All right. Bye.